don't call me Jiggy when I'm home, they call me Snowman here. We ain't never home, but treat the city like the base, yeah. You know where to look if you're looking for the wave, yeah. Looking for the...
What's happening? What it do? What's going down? Welcome to another episode of the EuroSteppin Podcast. Snowman, how's Seattle treating you out there?
Man, I got this glare, man. I'm feeling this. I'm feeling these rays and these beams out here, man, with this sun, man. I'm lying. It's raining.
Yeah. Like I said, man, victim of circumstance, man. That's just what it is every day out there. That's what it is every day. But anyway, another exciting guest we got on the show. Got a guy who's in the beginning, middle part of his professional career in Europe. He's played a couple of countries since he's been here: Belgium, Turkey. He's been to Australia, Germany, and he's also a Euro Cup champion. Mm-hmm. So let's welcome to the show our guy, Stanton Kid. Stanton, man, how you doing? What's up, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Happy to be on the show.
Yeah, man, it's good to have you here, man. I'm excited about this one. We got a real one. I'm just be 100, man. There's so many dudes that came on this show, man, and
right.
I ain't got the real from them, so I know I'm gonna get that from you. So I'm excited, man. I ain't mean to put no pressure on you, but I'm excited.
There go the pressure. But hey, look, you go get the real. You know how I go.
Right. So talk to us, man. Can you start with the early stages of your career and just tell us a little bit about kind of you coming from Colorado State,
right?
And what you were expecting at the time. Were you expecting to get drafted? Were you expected to be a first, second rounder? Where was your head at throughout that process?
Man, NBA wasn't even on my mind, man. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I knew it was over the water for me. I had one workout, and I was in Denver because we was 45 minutes down the road. Me and my teammate, we worked out with Denver, JJ Ivula. So me and him, we did the workout. That was it. Came back to campus, went back to Baltimore after that. Started training. I had signed with Worldwide Sports, Justin Haynes, signed with him. And after that, we was just like, man, what's the deal? He like, I got a deal for you in Belgium. It wasn't, I could have made more money working at McDonald's. I'm gonna put it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, time out. Listen, I'm not trying to front you off, right? But what I am trying to do is, what I do want to do is get these dudes some perspective, right? Because we know where you are now. We ain't got to talk about the bags you've been grabbing the last few years specifically. Right. But I do want them to have an idea of kind of where you started and how you got to where you're at. So can you kind of maybe give them at least a ballpark figure?
A ballpark figure? Man, I would keep it real with you, man. 40. I went over there for 40,000, man. That was my first contract, 40.
That was for 10 months, though, right?
For 10 months. 10 months, 40.
I'm going to tell you like this. My first, I would say, international job was in Mexico. I was getting $2,500 a month. Hey, but I didn't have no responsibilities, ain't nothing. So $2,500 for me at the time was all right.
Yeah.
At the time.
Right.
Real shit. Going over there for 40. I remember calling my parents, man, like, I might as well come back home and start working. You know what I'm saying? Like I watched my dad bringing in, you know what I'm saying, when he working $100,000, you know what I'm saying, for a year. That's good, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, like I'm loving the game and the shit that I really, really love and I put work into. I'm like, I'm going over here for this X amount of hours away from my family, missing Christmas, Thanksgiving, birthdays, all that stuff. But the experience was good, you know what I'm saying? I got a chance to play pro basketball, you know what I'm saying? And I just, as time went on, I just kept saying to myself, this shit gonna lead to something good for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm going through the grind right now, but this shit gonna lead to something good for me.
So
I don't know where it's gonna happen.
When you first, like you saying that you already had your mind made up that you was coming to Europe, that NBA wasn't even a thought. So when you heard you got the Belgian job, was you nervous? What was going through your mind? Like, did you know what to expect? I mean, I know for most players, they don't know much about Europe or European basketball.
Right. I was nervous as hell, man. I mean, at the time, I reached out to a lot of guys that played overseas. I had a lot of guys like from my city, Dante Drake, Melton Delaney, guys like that, Reggie Holmes, Ricky Harris, a lot of guys that was playing over the water at the time. I had a lot of those guys in my corner to, figure out the ins and outs, what's going on over there. And they let me know what it was going to be. You know what I'm saying? It's probably not going to be the prettiest situation. You go through your rookie dues, things like that. But when I got there, it was perfect. And then I also had a girlfriend at the time, so she went with me. Right. So I was jumped off on a whole playing house type of situation. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna lie, it helped me. It helped me a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because there'd be times where I'm upset and she upset. But we had each other because she was away from my family and on this journey that she didn't know where it was going to end. She didn't know if it was going to be a real thing out of this or a real relationship out of this or whatever. But I mean, we helped each other get through that process. You know what I'm saying? So Belgium was tough. But being a rookie, trying to earn playing time and all that stuff started weighing on you. You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm battling with veterans or native guys that they really like. You know what I'm saying? So I'm fighting for time every day. So I feel like I'm always had that chip on my shoulder and I'm battling. You know what I'm saying? So it never stopped for me.
So you grind through that. Before I jump into continuing your on what we were talking about, you said something that stuck to me. You said the word dues, and I just wanted to ask you how many U's are in that word coming from.
There we go. We're gonna start off with the ball, huh? There we go.
I mean, he just told. You mentioned the dudes from your area, but you didn't tell us the area. So now we clearly know where that area is based on how many U's you put in that word.
There you go. West Baltimore, born and raised, man.
Okay, well, say that then. Say that then. So now, so what I wanted to ask you was, you grind through that season. You ended up carving out your niche, carving out your spot, and doing well. Right. And it gives you an opportunity to move on. Can you talk a little bit about what happened next?
Grind it out. We actually go to the playoffs with that team.
Yep.
I played along with a lot of veteran guys. One of the guys that took me under the wing was Barry Stewart.
Yep.
He's one of the guys that took me under the wing, played in Belgium, played in Germany, played in different places. So, he was the kind of guy that been through it. He was in the prime of his career. When I went over, I was maybe 24 going on 25. Barry was 29, maybe 20, almost 29 going on 30. So he was in his prime, you know what I'm saying? So he took me under the wing and kind of helped me get through that process. Made it through that. Man, came back home that summer, just kept grinding. Had dreams of playing in the summer league, doing the thing, that NBA dream. Everybody got that dream, man. I'm gonna go overseas, do what I gotta do, get to the league. Never got invited to the summer league. Played in the Worldwide Sports, overseas joint. You know how the big thing. Invitational, exactly. Y'all, that's the biggest thing. Shout out to y'all. That's the biggest thing that I feel like is in Vegas besides the summer league. All them other camps that they got out there is bogus. That one right there got me my next job. That got me a job. Not what I did in Belgium. Playing in that for 2-3 days got me my next job, which was in Germany. And I wound up going to play with David. I feel like he's your fellow teammate, Tyrone McCoy.
Yeah, that's my man.
I did my research. Look, I did my research. I know y'all did y'all research. I did mine too, man. So I wound up going to play with Ty McCoy. And that's who gave me, he gave me that scoring mentality. Like, man, go get buckets. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was a bucket getter. You got to go get buckets. If you want to go get buckets, you got to go get buckets. So dealing with him, man, was just really uplifting my game. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, I went there. The price in the bag didn't change neither. He told me, he was like, look, I ain't got a lot of money to offer you. But at the end of the day, I got opportunity to offer you. You got opportunity to come here, get busy, and then see what happened after that.
So Tyrone McCoy was your coach at the Worldwide Invitational.
Exactly.
And then he ended up literally signing you from the camp.
Yep.
You took the opportunity. Now let's talk about, because I know this situation got really crazy for you after that year. There was a lot of phone calls made. It was a lot. You thought you were going one place, didn't quite work out that way. You ended up going somewhere totally different for a legendary, famous coach. Can you talk about?
Wait, hold on. Can I state something before you really get into that?
Absolutely.
I know that the money wasn't good those first 2 years coming over here.
Right.
But the situations you was in and the countries you was in was real sweet.
A1.
Very sweet. Very sweet. Belgium, money was on time. Whatever it was, the money was on time.
English.
Everybody speaks English. Germany, money's on time. Good restaurants.
Everybody speaks English.
Exactly. I'm up in Stuttgart whenever I want to go.
Yeah.
I'm whatever. Munich, not that 2, 3, 4 hours away, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like
all that.
Frankfurt, exactly. Everything is close. You got the American Army base that's there. So I'm going to get the snacks. I'm going to get the cereals. I'm going to get the pancake mix, the cream of wheat, whatever I need to eat. You know what I'm saying? I'm in heaven at this time. You know what I'm saying? I'm good money.
Hey, and what's crazy about that is you don't even know, because you ain't been nowhere else, you don't know how good you actually got it.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Now, so you lived that up. You played through those 2 years because maybe in part due to the fact that you were so comfortable. You do well.
Right.
And then it turns up for you. Can you talk about that transition from Germany to whatever took place next? And can you really detail for us all the different ways this could have played out and ended up playing out?
I'm a definitely detail it for you. I get to Germany. I'm gonna start from there. I get to Germany, playing well, first couple of games, preseason games, got hurt in the preseason. Turn my shoulder all up, turn my right labrum in my right shoulder, need 3 anchors. I get surgery. So I missed the first 10 games, I think. I don't come back until December, maybe going into the new year. Come back, kill, shoot 40% from 3. My agent at the time telling me, look, you got to keep shooting that ball that well. I'm going to promise you, everything going to open up for you.
Yeah. You
can do it all. You can play 2 through 4. Just keep doing what you're doing, and you're going to get, things going to work out for you. So, I finished the season great with numbers, shooting percentage. This time I go, I don't actually go back to the Worldwide Invitational. I sit out that year. I actually sit out of the Worldwide Invitational. And I just work out the whole summer, work on my game, continue to keep working on shooting, ball handling, things like that. Because I don't know what's next. Get a call out of nowhere. Get a call from Russia. We was just talking about it. I was just talking about this team with my teammates. White, what's the name of that team in Russia that just played Unix, and what's the name just had crazy buckets on? Navarro.
Novgorod.
Yeah, exactly. They the first ones that called. Exactly, they the first ones that called. So we on the phone with them. They talking, man, we really want you. We want you to come here. They send a contract over. The contract is in my email. It's right there. I'm looking at the contract. Damn, this is a big step. I'm
out. I know it's a big step. So tell the people, like you talked about the 40 and you had to do that twice. Now you making that jump. Can you talk a little bit about that jump too? Can you just give them some understanding?
90% more than what I was making, for sure. 110% more. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, this is 6 figures now. You know what I'm saying? This is 6 figures. So I'm sitting there like, shit. I'm looking at the contract like, I'm already plotting what I can do this, I can do that. I can take care of the mom and dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, So I'm like, all right, bet. So I got it now. So I'm sitting there chilling. I go, at the time, I'm still with my ex, whatever. I shoot out to California to spend time with her. I get a call out of nowhere. David Black and Dasha Faka interested in me. I said, who? Said, yeah, David Black, Dasha Faka interested in me. I said, oh man. I said, let's rip that other contract up. We go with David. I'll rip, like we go with David. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta go. That's a legendary coach. And I'm saying who they signing. I'm like, oh, we're gonna get a chip out of this. I'm saying this in June, July. We're gonna get a chip out of this. I see what they signing. We're gonna get a chip out of this. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, we good. Euro Cup. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And then we get hit with a 2-year contract from them. I talked to David on the phone. He like, man, I watched you play. You're an underdog. You have a chip on your shoulder. I need you a part of this team.
Now, I don't want to keep diving into your funds. That ain't what I'm trying to do. But I'm trying to get you to understand.
It sounds like you're trying to get in your pocket.
I ain't the feds. I ain't the feds, dog. But listen,
you can try to get you for
was that Darsh Shapaka contract for the same amount as that offer in Russia, or was that more than the offer in Russia?
It was more of an offer in Russia, but then it was a 2-year deal too.
Right.
So it was a 1+1. with an option, but at the end of the day, I was secure. So now I'm making a lot of money. Yeah, I'm making some chicken now. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting there like I'm really like, all right, I can do this, I can really do that, I can put some money to the side, I can invest. You know what I'm saying? So now this was going through my mind. I ain't even thinking about going and spending, blow money or partying or whatever. I'm thinking about what can I do to make this money last. You know what I'm saying? At this point, because I know coming up in 2 years, I ain't really see none of that money when I was in Belgium and Germany. You know what I'm saying? I had to survive over there. And then not alone coming home, doing what I was doing and having to take care of myself or whatever and help my family as much as I could as possible. And not to mention, when I was in Germany, my grandma passed away. I had to help bury my grandma. So that was really tough on me because we needed, my family was in a situation where they really couldn't, they couldn't do so. So I was up at the time. So of course I'm gonna bless my grandma. She blessed me, so I'm gonna bless her. So now I'm really reaping and seeing the benefits of, all this hard work paying off.
Right. So Darshafaka's season goes well. Y'all end up winning Euro Cup.
Yeah.
Right. Talk a little bit about how that experience was. That had to be crazy.
in a tough Turkish league, man, it was crazy. Then playing in the Euro Cup against a tough bunch of teams in there. I got a Euro Cup felon sitting here with me right now, Dwight Hardy. He was on Galatasaray at that time, so he got to see us and how loaded that team was. Man, we played them. I felt like we played them at least 10 times. We only played each other 4. You know what I'm saying? Playing them in Turkish league, then playing them in Euro Cup, then seeing them in the round 16 and the round 8, stuff like that. So it was crazy. But playing on that team, man, it was loaded. And it started off rough for me. I ain't played the first 9 games in Turkish league. Played probably like 3 or 4 minutes in Euro Cup. This was David philosophy. David, at the end of the day, he wanted me. He talked the talk like I wanted you. But at the end of the day, I had to gain his trust. So the first 9 games, I'm sitting over there like, man, God, I ain't playing. I'm just as good as any of these guys out here. Now I'm on the phone with the agent worrying, like, man, look, is this the right spot for me? We'll be like, man, look, give it some time, see how it go. Things happen. This is when I start learning the business of it, and things like that, and injuries and things like that come into play. Next man up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Next man up. So it happens. So Juwan Johnson gets hurt. I'm playing a stretch 4 spot this time. I'm not really playing a 3 spot. So Juwan Johnson get hurt, and it was up after that. First game in Turkish League, 25. Now David like, I gotta play him now. Who, you know what I'm saying? Who I'm gonna sit? Now he really going to the scout report like, who I'm gonna sit now? Who I'm gonna play?
Right.
Stan just had 25. I gotta play this man.
So you hoop, team ends up winning Euro Cup, and you stay. You come back for that second year. And you don't play Euro Cup that year, right? What'd you do that year?
Play EuroLeague. We got the automatic bid to EuroLeague. That summer, though, after that Euro Cup season, that's when I started getting that 3-letter interest. You know what I'm saying? So now we getting calls all over. I'm like, damn, this Kirk, 14 NBA teams is interested.
Yeah. And
the one that was the most interested was Utah Jazz.
So let's dive into that story, because I happen to know you were thinking at one point after winning Euro Cup that you were going to be able to make a move to the NBA. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
It didn't quite work out at that point. Can you talk a little bit about what happened in that situation?
So I signed 2 years with Dashka, and I didn't have a buyout. I didn't have a buyout in my contract, which if you think about it, some people would say it's not smart. Some people would say it's smart. You know what I'm saying? Sure. And I feel like that with not having a buyout, I was secure. No matter what, I was coming back for that second year and getting paid. I had money. If I broke my leg playing in the summer league, no matter what, Dashka was wanting to pay me some money, regardless of whatever happened. If they wanted to cut me, they wanted to pay me. So I appreciate that with my agent there at that time. But then thinking about it was like, damn, I got a golden opportunity to go play with the Utah Jazz. It wasn't on a guaranteed deal, but it was on a 2-way. Now this is the 2-way. 2-way was popping at this time. This one 2-way was like, you look at that 2-way, dudes getting converted to contracts. And they wanted me and George Niang to be on that 2-way roster at the time. So it was George was on it already, and then it was me. When I couldn't sign the 2-way, I went back to Dashka. I went back to do my EuroLeague season. But that was a hard decision to make. We probably could have figured out a way to get out of that, but it was a hard decision to make at the time. I can remember sitting in the hotel in Vegas. Actually, we went to dinner with you, And we were sitting there talking about that whole situation, trying to figure out what would be the best plan. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like I betted on myself. Took my bet on myself. Went back to Dashka and was like, yo, I'm gonna give me a run in the EuroLeague with the best of the best.
So you do the Utah, you do the summer situation. You get you feeling like you could take this two-way thing, but you realize you can't. But you're in a good place with it. You go back, you play EuroLeague. Yeah, you go back, play your EuroLeague season with the understanding that Utah still has legitimate interest in you, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so how'd that play out?
That played out perfect. Dennis Lindsay and the Utah staff did a job with me, watching games. I believe they came out to a few games. So that was it was perfect. The only thing I had to do was go there and play my game. You know what I'm saying? And continue to keep shooting the ball well, playing at a high level, just being the guy that I am. But now going to EuroLeague, EuroLeague is different. Every guy that play in the EuroLeague, it's nobody dominating playing 35, 32 minutes. Everybody's playing 20. Hear that? So you gotta be efficient in those minutes. So playing on Dashka, we had a hell of a talented team, but at the end of the day, we just couldn't put it together. So now we had a losing season. But Utah stuck with their word. They still love me. They still wanted to see me that summer. They still want me to come out to mini camp and play with them in the summer league. That's how I went.
So you do that. You play with them in the summer league, and from my understanding, it kind of worked out for you.
Absolutely. Went there, played well. Second year in the summer league. First year in summer league, killed it. I feel like if I wasn't on a contract my first year in summer league, I'd have signed an outright deal. But second year, killed it, played well, really showed that I could defend. That was my main thing on there. Like, all right, they see what I did last summer league offensively. Let's go ahead and show that I can defend multiple positions, switch on to anything and be fine. I think I did really well defending in the summer league that second year. Get to the last game. I want to say we played Charlotte. Last game of the summer league. This is, whatever. Like once you miss the playoffs of the summer league, you go play that constellation or whatever. So we played Charlotte. They played me a couple minutes or whatever, kind of sit me out after they was like, hey, look, we booked your flight back to Utah. You're going to be signing with us. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm like, oh, man, this is crazy. Like, I ain't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, whole time, I'm like, damn, I don't know if they're going to rock with me. Maybe I should have played with somebody else. They waited till the last day to tell me, like, man, we're going to sign you. We fly you back to Utah. You're going to sign your papers. And then you can't announce it yet. We're going to announce it in a couple weeks. But, go back to Baltimore, spend time with your family, prepare yourself to pack up and be out here in August.
So you signed, you're in the league.
Yep. Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm going to pull one of Snow moves. Let me give you a point. You've seen every level in such a short time that nobody, not saying nobody, but a lot of people didn't see all that. Like you went from Belgium, which was at the bottom. You went to Germany, which the Tübingen team, like I remember when Ty was coaching there, it was a lot of problems in the management. So, which was kind of at the bottom.
Right.
And then you just took a great jump to the Euro Cup level, then EuroLeague,
right,
then NBA.
Right.
So, like within 5 years,
I can tell you.
Within 5 years, you smelt every aspect of basketball professionally.
Every aspect. And then I always get caught up saying like, yeah, I play EuroLeague, I play Euro Cup. And then I look, I'm like, man, I played in one of the best leagues outside of those in the world, Turkish league. You know what I'm saying? Like every night you was matching up with somebody that was raw, that was tough, that did it all, that played at high levels. You got guys that played in China. You got the guys that actually played in the league. They at the end of their careers and they come over here to play in Turkey. You know what I'm saying? Guys that's getting a bag. You know what I'm saying? Like you matching up with teams like FS and Finna every night. You know what I'm saying? So seeing that, I'm like, yo, I'm playing with the best in Europe.
But it ain't.
And then now I got an opportunity to go play in the L.
Hey, you got to be built different to play in Turkey. Everybody can't survive in Turkey.
That's a fact.
Hey,
no matter what team you on.
The crazy thing is we can all say we've all spent multiple years in Turkey.
Yeah.
But so
man, it's the third year.
Yeah.
It's the third.
All right, man. The most common problem around, it's not just in Turkey, but a lot of places in Europe is the internet. So I'm about to put a lot of guys on game right now. I just figured this out recently. There's this thing called TP-Net. This little joint right here. You can unplug it and put it in any part of the house you want to. And your Wi-Fi, your router will link it. So whatever room you in, you just unplug it, take it to that room, you good money. TP-Link joint, 8600.
Free game.
Look. Hey, look at this, Dave.
TP-Link. If you see
I'm already here. I'm
going out the mall to get that. I need that.
So if y'all know TP-Link, tell them get at us. We need a sponsorship.
Netgear, mine's Netgear. TP-Link, Netgear, however you want to do it, we need you.
Yeah. Since you're in Turkey, it's going to be TP-Link for you.
TP-Link. I got to go get that. I'm going to get that. I need it.
So since we here, go ahead, Dave.
So I want to really get into the good stuff. Your hooping is good stuff. Don't get me wrong, but I would love to get to the real stories of the European League. You played in Germany, Belgium, Turkey, Australia. Do you have any stories of the craziest things that you've experienced, seen, on the court, off the court? Man, I know this is Europe, so everybody got some kind of different crazy story going on.
Man, I remember just landing in Turkey for the first time, man. Seeing armed guards in the airport, you know what I'm saying? They got the whole gun walking through the air, like that was trippy, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm from the inner city, but ain't nobody just walking around with their tool out, you know what I'm saying? Like, they got the tool out, like that was different. Big vests on, we playing in games, people got the ride gear on, things like that. So it was crazy, but one of the craziest in-game experiences I ever had was when we went to go play Badushinos in Montenegro.
Yeah.
And
the crowd rowdy.
We warming up. Yeah, we warming up, and the crowd is packed. This is mine, just to go to the Final Four in the Euro Cup. And as we warming up, these guys are throwing like knots of paper wrapped in rubber bands onto the floor. So now that joint is exploding on the floor, and the miners are stopping our warm up. So now they gotta mop it off, and we stop our warm up. We ain't getting up. We ain't getting loose. So they doing this the whole time we warming up. So we never really get a chance to break the sweat. Finally get into the game. Now we mad. We got to smoke these boys. We got to get these boys out of here. So we going at it. We hooping. We get on a fast break. They throw another one. Boom. Now stop the fast break. So now they get a threat from the people saying like, look, Badushinos is going to be penalized if the fans keep doing this. So now that don't change nothing. So now when you sit on the bench, now they throwing quarters, batteries, they lighting firecrackers, flares, all type of stuff. So that was probably one of the craziest environments, that I've ever been in. But playing with Dash Shafaka, we never really had no rivalry. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when we played Fenner, of course, we always got that best shot. We played Athens, we always got that best shot. But it was never no Panathinaikos, no Olympiacos rivalry. Those rivalries that I do anything to play in those type of joints. You know what I'm saying? Like those joints is crazy.
Yeah.
We had a lot of folks come on and tell those stories.
Yeah.
So
you playing in Turkey, you never really had rivalries. So.
Right. So you finish up in Turkey. So you finish that season. You're with Utah. Can you talk a little bit briefly about that experience and how that transitioned you into moving on to Australia? And
yeah, get to Utah, earned it, got it out the mud. So I'm super excited, super stoked. You know what I'm saying? Like it was no hand me down, no favors. Like I really got that joint out the mud. Got with Utah, talked to them, and they was just like, man, look, we expect you to do what you did in Europe. Come here, work hard, play well, and you'll do just fine. go out there early, go out there in August. I'm out there early. I'm living in a hotel for, 2-3 months, just going to training camp, working out, getting ready to prepare for training camp. Playing pickup with the guys. A lot of guys not there yet, but as time went on in August, we hit September, that's when guys started rolling in. I think Donovan and Rudy, they both was in doing Donovan, Rudy, and Joe was out doing the qualifiers for the world for the Olympics. So they wasn't there right at the time, but we had other guys there like Jeff Green and other vets, things like that. So mind you, we playing pickup. So now I'm getting my feet wet. I'm playing well in pickup. I'm shooting the ball extremely well. I'm thinking like at this point, I'm like, man, I'm gonna be straight. I just got to go ahead and compete and do what I have to do in training camp. I'm competing with a guy named William Howard who played in the EuroLeague, and he played in some league with me. So me and him are kind of competing for that last 15th man spot. Wind up getting a spot, making the squad, and I'm on the team now. Now it starts all over again. So now I go from actually playing in training camp to now I'm on the side just watching. You know what I'm saying? Just like watching. But now, as I'm learning, they're watching everything that you do.
Mm-hmm.
Like I sit there and maybe certain guys may walk off the court and go into the training room, do what they got to do, ice tub, and get up out of there. I can't do that. I got to go from, if I'm sitting there for a whole hour and a half watching practice, I got to get my work in. So now I'm either in the weight room, on the treadmill, or I'm getting shots. So now that kind of turned me into a robot. So now all I want to do is just shoot, lift, do whatever I got to do, get my training table at the end of my work, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that helped me mold into another grind. So now all I want to do is, I'm already a gym rat, but now that take me to an ultimate gym rat. Now I'm in there like every day, whatever. I'm coming in there getting shots before breakfast, after breakfast. I click tight with Nigel William Goss. So me and him always pushing each other, getting work in, because we both trying to play. We both came from the Euro experience, so we both trying to get time in minutes. See a little bit of time in the preseason. My best game I had in preseason against New Orleans, had a 9 points in like 4 or 5 minutes. Like I was just getting it up, doing what I had to do, got it in. Going to the season, get a little bit of minutes here and there when we up 20 or whatever. I ain't really got Coach Snyder's trust yet, so I'm trying to build that trust. Get in a possession when it was a serious time and did what I had to do. And I kind of gained a little bit of respect from him, but still not really cracking that rotation yet. I'm behind a lot of guys, which I respect. But, at the end of the day, those guys wasn't no type of dudes like, oh, whatever, Rook, you ain't. None of those guys treated me like a Rook. Those guys was like, I remember one guy, Joe Ingles, man. This is my dog. I love Joe Ingles to death. Like, man, you 27 years old. Fuck, I look like calling you a rookie. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, come in here, do what you got to do, and you'll be all right, man. I've been through it. I know how it is. You know what I'm saying? If you need anybody to talk to, I got you. So as time go on,
he came from Europe.
Yeah, he came from Europe, exactly. He played on the Barcelonas and Maccabis. He know what it's like. And I remember opening night for the Lakers, get on the court for the first time. This is my first NBA experience. I ain't played when we played OKC at home. So Lakers was the first time I got in the game, and we was losing against the Lakers. And then I got on, I was like, damn, this shit real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm Stanton, you got Braun. What? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this shit is real. Like, this shit is real. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, like, it's time. I'm here now. It's time. So it was exciting, man. But then in November, man, I got that call where, they was going to waive me. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it was nothing that I did wrong. It was more so of a business move. So the NBA is a big business. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm sitting here like, damn, I'm getting waived at 12 p.m., Mountain Time. Like, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I go in and meet with him, meet with Quinn Snyder, meet with Dennis Lindsey, meet with Justin Zennick, all these guys. And, it was all love. They took care of me. They did everything I had to do. Only thing I was mad about was I just got my apartment. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just got an apartment. I just got it laid out. I did my thing. And they shipping me out. I wish they could have came to me and was like, yo, look, hold on tight. Get your extended stay at the best hotel. Get your extended stay at the Four Seasons, whatever. And, you see what happened once January hit. You know what I'm saying? But me, I'm feeling like at this time, I feel like I'm doing everything right to stick around. So I'm betting on myself again. I'm getting me an apartment. I got my car here. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, my family coming in and out to visit me. I'm good money. And I get waived in November. Now I'm back. Now I feel like I'm back at square one. Now I'm like, damn. I'm at the highest peak. But I'm like, man, this shit ain't going to change the grind. What's next?
Right.
So So this part right here was what got real tricky with me when it was time to go to Australia. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting home in November, working out, busting my ass, standing in the gym, lifting, doing what I got to do. All my training stuff is in Baltimore. And now we're starting to talk about deals. We're starting to talk about teams. So now we got Jerusalem. I always wanted to play in Australia. I wanted to play in Australia my rookie year because I just felt like it was going to be so much easier to adapt to. I get the call from Melbourne, and then out of nowhere, we get some interest from Cheska, right? So I'm like, oh man, this is crazy. This is the top team in Europe. The Cheska interest was great for me. You know, it was good. So now I'm sitting here like, what I'm going to do? Mind you, Cheska looking at 3 other wings at my position. I found out who they was looking at the time. So now I'm like, do I put all my eggs in one basket or do I start moving around and trying to figure out what's next for me? So we still in serious talks with Jerusalem. Jerusalem sent over the contract. I'm talking to Jerusalem players, things like that. And then Australia felt like it was just a little bit more realistic for me at that time. Because it was quick. It was for 2 months, 3 months. My goal was like, I'm going to go here, kill this shit, and I'm going to come back and give me a 10-day. I'm going to come back and get me an offer for the playoffs. Right. That's my mindset. Because the NBA wasn't out of my mind. Like, I just was here. You can't tell me. I was a roster guy. Like, I wasn't on no Exhibit 10. I wasn't on no two-way. I'm a roster guy. I made this squad. I'm a roster. I made a playoff squad. I'm going to make an NBA team. And then we all getting affected by is what happened. COVID hit. You know what I'm saying? So now, in back of my mind now, I'm saying like, damn, maybe I should have took that Cheska route. Maybe I should have looked at Jerusalem a little bit more. You know, because I would have been in the season with them. It would have been a lot of money, of course, but at the end of the day, I'd have been in the season with them. Maybe I'd have played well enough for them to be like, look, even though COVID hit, we want to bring you back for next year. But then also I knew in the back of my mind that Will Clyburn was coming back from injury. So this is just a replacement to help them get through the season, and then whatever happened after that. So now I'm back at home at Australia. This is mid-March. So now I don't know what's going to happen now at this point. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know where the season's going to go. I don't know where I'm going at in Europe. I don't know. I knew the NBA was out the question because NBA stopped. So I just was like, let's just keep grinding, prepare yourself for what's going to happen next, whatever you get, whatever opportunity you get.
Man, sound like you was in a weird place, like just dealing with all of it. But yeah, after going through it, right? After going through it, what would you tell a young guy in that position, having to face all these same things that you? What lesson can we say that you pulled out of that?
Patience for sure, and do what's best for your situation. The biggest thing I always rely on is patience. Patience go a long way. Patience in regular life, patience on the court. You know what I'm saying? Patience when you're dealing with others, because, you know, it's just a big thing in my life. My mother always told me patience. You know, have patience with people. Have patience when you're doing certain things. Patience gets you a long way. So I think that's the biggest thing. And then, you know, believing in yourself and betting on yourself. You know, you gotta. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. Nobody else will. Yep. Nobody else will. So,
yeah. It sounds like. I mean, go ahead. I'm about. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, you're good. It's just like sitting there in Belgium, and it's not no shade to my Belgium coach, but I remember he told me, he put me in the office. We had a conversation, and he was like, "Stan, what do you want to do with basketball? Where do you feel like you see yourself at?" And this man told me this to my face. He said, I was like, yeah, I want to go to the NBA. You know, I'm going to play in the NBA someday. I'm going to be in the NBA. My goal is to make it to the NBA. And he told me, he was like, I mean, honestly, if I'm going to be honest with you, Stan, I feel like you will be you can play in the Euro Cup, you can play in the Euro League, but you won't be a starter. You'll be a guy, a glue guy, come off the bench. Woo, woo. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. That's your opinion. But I believe I'll be in the NBA. I saw that man that summer when I made the NBA. And he had to come to me. He had to come to me and say, yeah, you really did that shit.
That's heavy.
And I could have shitted on him. I could have been on some shit like, yeah, whatever, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I was like, I respect that. As a man, you came to me and you told me, you know, you did it. You know what I'm saying? He was happy for me. But at the end of the day, at that time, when he told me that, I was saying I could have crumbled at that time. Like, well, I guess I ain't going to the NBA. But like, you know, it took me 4 years to do it. I did it. You know what I'm saying? And when I made it, that was the one thing that was on my mind. When I signed, I was like, I made it, motherfucker. I can't wait to see you.
Hey, I want to ask you something about that though. Have you ever thought about this? Have you ever thought that he knew in dealing with you that he knew your character? Did you ever think in your mind that he actually believed in you and knew you enough to know that this could spark what needs to be sparked in him to push him to go chase it all? I'm not saying this was his deal. I'm saying some certain people in your life are that way, right?
Maybe because when I used to play in the games, right, and I do certain shit, like, and I do certain shit, make a tough move, make a good pass, whatever, get a bucket, and I catch him on the bench, and he'll be like, "Oh shit, I didn't know he do that. I didn't know he did that." You know what I'm saying? So maybe, but then at the end of the day, dealing with what I was dealing with at that time, fighting for playing time, playing behind a young guy that I knew I was better than at the time, I just kind of took it as just like it was a grit, like animosity, like I'm a kill, I'm gonna get to the NBA to look back at the situation and be like, I told you so. Yeah. I told you so. Like whether I stay or don't is never gonna be something that I did. I'm gonna put in the work. I'm gonna be the same guy, grind my ass off. It's always gonna be something that's out of my control. But I'm gonna get there. I don't know how long it'll take me, but I'm gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? So, but you know, at the end of the day, I got love for him. I would play for him again. You know what I'm saying? Like I would play for him again, being a player that I am now, knowing that the coach that he probably is now. You know what I'm saying? So I would play for him again, but definitely, you know what I'm saying? And one guy that always stuck, like I said, that was rocking with me through that whole situation, that wanted me to go do it, even though Coach McCoy is about the bag. He like, the hell with the NBA, stay in EuroLeague, go get that money, son. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he was always about that. but you know, he's supportive of my dreams. You know what I'm saying? He always wanted to see the best of me. That's another coach that I go play for. You know what I'm saying? I run through a brick wall for that man.
That's dope. Hey, so tell us, we're gonna change subjects a little bit. Tell us a little bit about some of the dudes you face. So now you done played at every level. So out of all these places you've been, all these dudes you face, who'd you just say, you know, the same energy you took toward that coach that says you wasn't gonna make it to the league, basically? Who's the one dude that was you played against that you was like, I'm gonna kill this, just because he was all up in you trying to play that horny man defense or talking too much, or who's the dude who you just like, man, I'm gonna kill this dude?
Yo, let's see. I never ran into nobody that was just blatant disrespectful on the court or made me feel like I got out. But I look at the roster and I look at the team and I be like, all right, this their budget. This nigga getting 500,000. Oh, this nigga ain't better than me. I gotta kill this nigga tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like I look at shit like that. That shit motivate me. You know what I'm saying? Like when we played Munich in the Euro Cup playoffs, I was looking at the difference between what Lucic was getting paid and what I was getting paid. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, damn, he on Munich, he getting money, playing well. I was like, I gotta kill this nigga. I never got a chance to kill him, but I put a dagger on him. You know what I'm saying? Like he was guarding me when I had a game winner against him. So I was like, I got a soul now. I'm good. Like they always gonna remember. Anytime they see Doska, he gonna remember me. But dude is a great player. He playing well in the EuroLeague right now. He always was a guy. I played against him in Germany and I wound up playing against him in Turkey. Always was a guy that was active, that kind of pushed me to the max. But it was never a guy that I just saw that was just like, you know, like I gotta kill this guy every night out. Because everybody kind of got the same treatment. Like I just felt like if you kill me, you taking food out of my mouth. So I gotta go at you. You know what I'm saying? And playing that way, and it helped me get to, you know, where I'm at now.
Yeah.
Because I got that chip on the shoulder, you know, like.
So that's one way that we state the question.
Mm-hmm.
The other question is, who you had problems with? Maybe it was for one game, maybe somebody just got your number, but who on what night kind of gave you some work?
Man, I got two situations, right?
Hey, you know what?
Time out. Go ahead, Dave. Go ahead.
It's real refreshing because there's a lot of guys who play basketball for a lot of years who say they ain't never got killed.
Lying. All cap.
If you gotta. I feel like if you ain't competing against the best, you don't want to be one of the best. You know what I'm saying? Like you're going to get your number one day.
Yeah.
And it's all about how you take that and then how you respond.
No
you know what I'm saying? But it was two situations where I never got a chance to respond. so these are two situations I never got a chance to respond, right?
Right.
Turkish League playoffs, we play at Efes. This is do or die. This is after winning the Euro Cup championship. We're trying to go to the next round of the playoffs. You know, of course, we got Fenerbahce. We're gonna play Fenerbahce in the championship if we beat Efes. Efes got our number. They just signed Sonny Weems.
Mm.
We played them at that spot. I ain't really get a chance to check them in that game. Killers, moving human cones out there. Oh my God, it's crazy, right? Second time we play them, I get my chance. David, like, look, I don't care how many points you score, you got to stop this man, right?
Mm.
So now I'm going between the 4 and the 3, in and out of the game. David's a tactical guy. X's and O's, he's going to play the mismatch. He's going to do what he got to do to win a game. Sunday is a tough check. Tough check, man.
Time out. What he finished with, first of all?
And the crazy thing is, I don't think Sonny had like no 30, no 40, no 50. He had like a solid 17, 18, but it was like a heart-taking 18 because it was like we were so close, and then he just push it away. We get back close, then he push it away again. He'll reel off like 4 or 5 in a row. You know what I'm saying? So
that 18
these things was just crazy.
Felt like 50.
That 18 felt like 50. And you know that in Europe, there's not too many guys that's going to put up 30.
No.
The 18 is 30. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
The 18 is 30. And how he did it in a way of mid-range gangster. Like, I ain't taking a lot of 3. I'm going to take an open 3 when I got it, but I'm going to abuse you from the 3-point line down. I ain't posting you up, but I'm going to hit you with a couple, I step back, get to my bag, up fake, get fouled, and ones. So seeing that, and that team was loaded, and they had another guy, Eric McCullum, who was doing the same shit at a smaller guard size. You know what I'm saying? So now you like, damn, like, I'm gonna beat this guy. And then not alone, they have Krunov Simone. They have him. They have all the Derek Brown. So now they got killers. They got Brock Modem. They got killers on that squad. You know what I'm saying? So now they just getting it in. So that was a tough check. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that he had all 18 on me, but or 20, whatever he had. He maybe had 20, 22, but I got at least 10 of those 20. You know what I'm saying? And it was like it was quick. You know what I'm saying? And David snatched you like, you snap. And that's the worst when a nigga giving you buckets and the coach snatch you out. It's like God.
That's the worst. You like, yo, let me get back at you, dog. Like, what you doing?
Like,
and everybody
let me redeem
and everybody know you got cooked, and that's why you came out.
That, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And this arena packed out. You got important people sitting courtside. You got who came up? CJ McCullum's at the game. You know what I'm saying? You got guys like that. Like, they like, yo, Sonny is getting to it, but I can't get mad. That man scores 50, 40 a night in China. You know what I'm saying? And then he did it in the EuroLeague, and he played at the hot Cheskas. So you can't get mad at that. It ain't like a bum dude giving you 40. You're like, yo, come on, Stan. Like, you let this no-name dude, he giving you 40. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he's known for getting baskets. He was a tough check. So I always like to watch him play. You know what I'm saying? I like to watch his games, his highlights, shit like that. The dude can hoop. You know, he did it in the NBA. He did it, you know what I'm saying? He got out the mud. You know what I'm saying? And the second guy is one of y'all guys y'all had on the podcast is motherfucking Keith Langford, man. Like, it wasn't that Keith had 30 again. It wasn't like a situation we had 30. In this situation, in my mind, it was like if he played 35 minutes this game, he probably would have had 30, or he would have had close to that. Not saying that he would have had all 30 on me, but just how I don't know, man. I always say he got that James Harden bounce to him in that mid-range area. When James Harden do behind the three, he does it in that mid-range area. You know what I'm saying? So with him, and he's strong. Like, this is the first time I've been posted up by a guard. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's calling for the ball on the block. Like, I'm not 6'7". You know what I'm saying?
And he ain't but 6'3".
That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, for him to have that confidence and that skill set at that position, it was like, yo, if this dude was 6'9", 6'8", he'd be an all-star in the NBA.
Yeah.
Minus the injuries or whatever he had to go through. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna give homage when it's due. Dude is a bucket. I wish I could have saw him play in his earlier careers, in his earlier years, you know, over here, and got a chance to play against him during that time. You know, mind you, he was 34 at the time, 35. You know what I'm saying? Like, a bunch of injuries at the end of his career, but was still getting to it. He looked young because he got the high top fade. You know what I'm saying? He looked like he's 25, 26, but man, like, he got it in. He got it in that game. I think he had about maybe 14, but it was in like 22 minutes. They was loaded. You know how EuroLeague go. EuroLeague, everybody want to play everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I had to guard him a couple possessions. You know, at that time, I was one of our best defenders or guy that can, you know, make it tough on a guy. And, you know, his baskets, it was some significant buckets that he made that was like, damn, like, dude can ball. You know what I'm saying? Dude can ball. And, you know, we all see what he did with Ike in the Champions League Final Four. Got nasty. You know what I'm saying?
No, he definitely.
And then I never thought it.
He definitely notorious for handing out buckets.
Yeah. For sure. And this guy wasn't my matchup, but another exciting guy over here to watch the play and watch him kill dudes is, you know, of course. I mean, I think this is everybody's favorite in Europe. You know, Mike James. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's a guy that get to it, that night in, night out, get baskets. You know, another guy, you know, from my hometown, Malcolm Delaney, get baskets. You know, so these guys, watching these guys play and being over here at the time that they here now is just like, man, like, you know, we got some killers over here. You got guys that can really leave this and go get contracts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you've been in a couple of countries while you've been playing. So I always like to ask the question, outside of basketball, which one of the countries you've been in could you see yourself maybe living in?
Living in, man. So visiting certain places was great, but the one that I lived in and I think I adapt to was Istanbul, Turkey. I think Istanbul was like one of the best cities to be in. Americanized, good food, restaurants, people. It reminds you of like a New York City kind of inner city, you know, like being in Germany, you know, it was weird to me not hearing no type of sirens or no type of commotion outside. Then moving to Turkey and living in Istanbul, I'm sitting there like, damn, it's a police car going down the street. It's an ambulance right here because it's a car crash right here. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of settled me, you know, being in Istanbul and then living wise in Istanbul was just ridiculous, man. I lived in a high-rise apartment, 30th floor, view over the city, can see the Bosphorus from my apartment, can go down to the 30th floor, go to the pool, see the Bosphorus. So it just was different, man. It was just like, damn, I was in Belgium and Germany living in, you know, a 2-story building, and now I'm 33 flights in the air, you know, watching planes come over and landing into the airport. Like, that's different, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see those things. So I think Turkey was the best spot.
You was living like George and Wheezy.
Yeah, exactly. Deluxe apartment in the sky, man.
Now people gotta understand, you gotta be careful in Istanbul. Istanbul,
you do
suck you in if you ain't ready for it.
I ain't gonna lie. I done had some nights like, damn, like, I gotta fall back. I gotta fall back.
Hey, Dave, a married man, but when I was over there, he wasn't. So we done lived.
No, you gotta think about it. Yo, being in Istanbul, it'll be days where practice would be tough. We done ran. We done got cussed out. Come out of practice, mind you, practice is probably at 1. We come out of practice, it's 3:30, 4 o'clock, sunny, 80 degrees. Man, I'm going out to Boston to get on a yacht, man. It's 800 lira to rent a yacht for 2 hours. Like, you can't beat that. You know, got the yacht, get food, put on the yacht, get your drinks, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, get your hookah, whatever you do, you got it on the yacht. Got your chicks, got your music, you on the yacht for 2 hours. You'll forget about that practice. Like, damn, coach is on my ass today. You forgot about it. Easy. You know what I'm saying? It refreshes your memory. So that's what I love about instant ball. Like, you can just really get away and away from the game, you know what I'm saying? Just enough to shake you back and be like, all right, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Now it's time to lock back in. You know what I'm saying? So instant ball was perfect for me, man. It was good after those first 2 years.
Guys who was in Istanbul who did that got away from the game and couldn't get back to the game.
Exactly. Got that. You got that. You know what I'm saying? So with me, I always kept in my mind, like, I ain't trying to go back to the city. I ain't trying to go back to the city and be stuck in the city. Like, I know what I'm over here to do. Have your fun, but I know what I'm over here to do. Let's maintain, do what you gotta do, get right. When it's time to lock in, lock in. So that was the biggest thing.
Now, I think that's actually a great way to kind of end the pod, Dave. I like that message. So many of these young dudes, man, they don't do what you said. They can fall into the allure. You know, some of these bright lights, some of these big cities, some of these women, all of it. Any all of it and any of it can get to these dudes. So for you to keep that focus, I think that's dope, man. That's something they need to hear.
Yeah, man. Secure the bag. I always say, secure the bag first. All that stuff gonna come, man. Secure the bag and watch it unfold for you. You'll be all right. You're gonna have time to do what you need to do. But secure the bag. And I think with this COVID joint right here, and I'm gonna end it on this. With this COVID joint, it made a lot of guys wake up. Like, yo, I gotta make sure I'm on my shit. Because this shows that if they told us that the game was no longer gonna be played today, what I'm gonna do after this. We all had that scare. I know I had that motherfucking scare. I'm like, damn, yo, this shit might not come back. So now, you know what I'm saying? Lock in, save your money, do what you gotta do, focus up, secure that bag, be smart with your bread, invest, and man, just make sure you can maintain your lifestyle or close to your lifestyle of what you're doing now after basketball.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming on the pod, man, giving us your time. You know, you dropped a lot.
I appreciate y'all
sharing your experiences to us. For anybody who wanna, you know, follow you, what's your handles? Instagram, Twitter? How can they get in, you know, watch out for you?
Instagram is Woody Kid, and then my Twitter is Stanton Kid 11. At Stanton Kid 11.
What do you on most, Instagram or Twitter?
I'm on Instagram the most. I dab into Twitter here and there, but Instagram the most. And I'm a friendly follower. I ain't one of the people that, you know, try to gain the followers, not follow. But I follow everybody back, man. So you know what I'm saying? I'm a friendly follower, man. So I don't want people to get it twisted.
Can you spell that, Woody? Can you spell that Instagram tag? Instagram name?
Woody. WOODIE KIDD.
All right.
Ready. Well, again, man, thank you for, you know, giving us your time, for coming on the episode. Thank you for another.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you for watching another episode of the EuroSteppin Podcast. You can watch us on YouTube, Next Ones Network, and also on nextones.com. Also, you can also listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. That's EuroSteppin Podcast, no G.
Because we got all the game.
Thought it was a joke, what they still playing games for? Holes in my denim, never holes in my game, no. You won't be just like me, they don't love you the same, no. The series 3-0, and I'm back home for game